Hi, folks. You're with Tacitus today. Tacitus today, your pushback channel. Thank you for joining this audio, no pictures live stream. Please listen to this presentation as you would a radio broadcast. In this essay, I'd like to talk about the issue of how the globalist left, or their foot soldiers on the left, how the globalists use name calling and ambushing, and name calling in particular, to put those that may question or oppose globalization, to put them on the back foot, constantly denying and backing off and shutting them up. So, and you see this used so widely now and it works. And the reason they do it is it works. They're able to call people names. So as soon as the argument, as soon as they lose the moral high ground where they can just assert things without question. All Republicans are fascist Nazis, and just everybody nods, and that's it. That's an assertion. But if someone goes, well, how are they? Wow, I didn't know that. How are they fascist Nazis? Well, if you don't know, it means you're a Nazi. That means you're in favor of Nazi. Well, you want to gas the Jews, do you? You're Nazi. Are you Hitler? And so straight away you're on the, but no, no, that's not me. Oh no, and that shuts you up and allows them to control the delusional moral high ground. They just accuse you of being a fascist or a Nazi or something like a racist and bigot and so on. And whether you are or not, it doesn't matter. They can hurl these accusations and can do so with impunity. Now, add to this the ambush. If you look at, say, Donald Trump being invited to the Black Journalists Association, and as soon as he walks in the door, they're ambushing him with "you're a racist" stuff. And they think they're the morally superior ones. And now, if they wanted to be professional about this, firstly they wouldn't come at him like that. But if they wanted to be professional about it, they say, well, we'd like to talk to you about this, and we have some concerns expressed by members that you're a racist. But if they do, either he wouldn't turn up or he'd turn up prepared, and the ambush is always a key part of this. And I think we've all been caught by this, and I've watched people get caught by it and watched how quickly they fall to pieces. And it can come at any time, and it's the unexpected. People are prepared to use these: you're Hitler, you're a fascist, you're a Nazi, you're an oppressor, you're a bigot, you're a racist, you're a transphobe, you're a homophobe. People are prepared to do that. Will reach for that very quickly, and they can do it for any reason at any time. But again, the ambush, the completely unsuspecting factor. I think I mentioned a little while ago, I was standing in line waiting for some veterinary help for a neighbour, and some guy was in there and asking for like I think it was some veterinary help for like a kangaroo or a wallaby, which is like a small kangaroo for overseas listeners. And he'd come in a number of times trying to get some help, but the veterinary nurse who was there, instead of dealing with the issue about the kangaroo, just suddenly just went into, she's obviously an activist, and she's a lesbian, so she's a lesbian activist. So instead of dealing with the issue, you're oppressing me, you're just like Hitler, and because it was so unexpected, he was there about the kangaroos. You could just see the startled look on his face. What are you even talking about? And he just lost his presence and had no idea. And he did push back and said, well, this is not true. Stop making things up. And so he did push back, but he'd already, she had the moral high ground at this point. He was backpedaling. She had the moral high ground, and he was in a position of denying it and so on. And he did push back enough where she had to switch, but she just stayed on the personal attacks. You're oppressing me. You're standing over me. You're threatening me. You're mansplaining. You're a misogynist. You're a part of the patriarchy. She just kept on. Again, all of the stuff that you would get in a gender studies classroom. So none of it was original. None of it was relevant, because I was there. I was watching. None of it was relevant to the circumstances. The guy had done nothing to her at all. He was just asking about getting medical help for the fucking kangaroo, and she was going on this hysterical fucking gender studies, lesbian bullshit rant. But the point was that she had him on the back foot. She had the moral, as false and delusional, insane as it was, she had the moral high ground, and he was backpedaling and denying, well, no, I didn't say that. No, I didn't do that. And which gave her even more control of the moral discourse, as fake and false as it was. But nonetheless, she had that. Now, this is the weapon that they use all the time, the ambush and the questions, will you deny now that you are not Hitler's best friend, you fucking damn fucking Nazi? And they've got you at this point. So how do you respond to this, though? Backpedaling, denying it, citing facts, that's not true. So it doesn't matter. You've lost it. But by that stage, they have the ascendancy because they've got in first with the accusation, which in sort of the modern name calling type environment we're in, if you get in first with the calling the other guy a Nazi, then you've already got the high ground, or so it is under the current sort of framework of discourse. So what do you come back with? Now, I looked at a few people. So going around, this one person does street interviews, and they ask what I would think would be middle of the road questions, but they go into areas where there are activists, and a lot of them. So you expect that they're going to be called names. And so they'll come out with, well, for example, all Republicans are Nazis. Okay, well, what have they done or said that would confirm that they're a Nazi? Can you cite anything or quote anything? Well, I don't have to because you're a racist, bigot, Nazi. And so then that obviates in their view, well, I don't have to engage with you because you're a Nazi. And this particular person or individual came back. So I'm a racist or a Nazi. Okay. Well, you're a pedophile. You're a pedophile. And the shock that the people go, hold on, I'm the one who's allowed to call you names. I can call you names with impunity, but you're not allowed to call me names. So this pedophile thing and you can see the shock on their faces. But I have the moral high ground. You're the bad person. So no, you're a pedophile. You're a pedophile. Well, and then they go on to but prove. Where's your evidence? Well, I don't have to prove. You don't have to prove evidence that I'm a Nazi. I don't have to prove evidence or give evidence that you're a pedophile. You're a pedophile. And they almost fall to pieces because they're clearly not used to being called names. Clearly, they're only used to calling other people names, and without question and without pushback and without anything. Denying it and backpedaling and going, oh, it was not me, I didn't do it. That's not an effective pushing back sort of strategy there. So what is so in that instance, coming back saying, well, you're a pedophile, that seemed to work quite well. Wherever this person uses that, the other side backs off. That they just don't know what to do. They don't know what to do when they are called names. These are very low IQ, very ordinary. They're the foot soldiers of the globalists, and they're let loose all through the community of the Western societies. And their sole job is to run around calling people Nazi. That they don't have another purpose in life. Their only purpose in you may think you come from a crime-ridden area where there are gun battles in the street and drug dealers, and you may your mother may have six brothers and sisters, all from different. You may have low IQ, it doesn't matter. You're the reason you're in that situation because of all the Nazis that did it to you. So you just run around calling everyone a Nazi and you're good to go. You are the morally superior one, not them. So there's this army, a large army of people out there doing this. They're all across media, academia, and elsewhere. You're seeing them all across the body politic now as well, for goodness sakes. So what's their response now? Well, so you're a Nazi and you want a killing of the Jews. So you support Stalin, the murderous dictator Stalin, the murderer of tens of millions of people, murdering little babies, turning people into cannibals, eating each other. So you support murderous Stalin the murderer. That's what you support. Are you a murderer too? Are you killing babies? Is that what you're doing? So some sort of response along those lines. Not done with that level of hyped invective, by the way, but responding to people. So, well, pick a character in history that's committed a great atrocities. Remember, Hitler's probably, in the overall scheme of things, fourth or fifth in the ranking. So, Stalin, Mao, these sort of people. And now they may not be well known in history. For example, if you go to, say, a high school, senior high school class, and you talk about Stalin, who's he? Chairman Mao, what? Is that Pol Pot? Oh, Genghis Khan, what? Hitler, every head turns. Everybody knows Hitler. Hitler gets star billing. But the other, the bigger mass murderers of history, they're almost unknown. They're just simply not taught in high schools. Now, when I was doing high school, Hitler got a gig, of course, as he should, but so did Stalin and Mao, and I don't think Pol Pot was around when I was in that stage of high school. I think, well, he must have been. So this is something that we need to have a response, an automatic bang response position, because you hesitate for a moment, you deny, you backpedal, they've got you. They've got you at that point. And particularly with the ambush thing, you need to come back and point out, well, you're ambushing me. This is an ambush. You didn't give me, mention what you wanted to talk about beforehand. There was no discussion about it. So this is an ambush, and I think everybody needs to understand that this is an ambush. And you're not a journalist. You're nothing of the sort. You're just an activist, and you've been given this script to read, and you're being dishonest. And clearly, because of you got this level of dishonesty, you're a supporter of Stalin and Stalin's methods. Murder of tens of millions of people. Are you a supporter of Stalin, the murderer? Tens of millions of people, including little babies. Are you a murderer of little babies? And so on. So this sort of puts them in the spot, so they don't know what to do. Oh, no, I would never murder a baby. Well, you support Stalin. Stalin murdered babies, so you must be you're clearly a communist. You believe in equal outcomes, don't you? Well, so did Stalin. Stalin, the mass murderer, Stalin. You believe in the things that Stalin believed in. This makes you a supporter of mass murder. And to develop a response mechanism that's equally as emotional and equally as capturing of the simple imaginations of the public. What's about mass murder? You mean that journalist supports killing babies? Oh no, I thought that. Oh, and then that's it. Then they have to do the denying and go on the back. Now they've got much bigger control of the media and the commentariat generally, so that they'll be able to quickly develop a counter narrative. And so I think the anti-globalists or the nationalists, call them what you like, also need to have if you like, a central secretariat that also produces counter narratives, and so it can be delivered quickly and efficiently to the front lines. And I think it'll make a big difference, because at the moment the narrative control, including counter narratives, I mean, within minutes of Trump coming out talking about how the media have ginned up, hatred. Trump is literally Hitler type stuff. Ginned that up to a point where, of course, people are going to be. I'm going to save Western civilization or something. I'm going to support the globalists who are crushing us and killing us all off. I'll make an assassination attempt type attitude, and within minutes of those that Trump sort of saying, "Hey, look how they've ginned this up." Within minutes, they'd had a counter narrative. Really quickly, they had a counter narrative. That just shows how good they are in terms of media manipulation. Now, again, they have a wider spread of control, so that needs to be taken into account. But their ability to deliver emotional narratives to the front line quickly, nonsensical and ridiculous and absurd, sure, but their ability to deliver that with a straight face and with pathetic sounding women sort of look like they're about to cry, and that ability to deliver those narratives is something that the nationalists need to perfect, and it's important they do, and quickly as well. You've been a Taskless today, your Pushback channel. Thank you for listening.